Right, so Simon, your first round win in Australian Formula 4. You had a pretty rough start, let's be honest, for this part of the year, but feel pretty good to finally get that first round win.
Yeah, it feels really good, and especially being my debut circuit, where I my first ever race in the car itself. So, a big moment being at Phillip Island and having the win here.
I mean, in that sort of space of 12 months, you've gone from making a Formula 4 debut to getting a podium result to now being also a Shannons Nationals rising star as well. Are you amazed at sort of the whirlwind 12 months that this motor racing journey is taking you on?
Yeah, it sort of boosts us up very quickly and all moves so fast. And I think just the other day you were sitting in a go-kart going round and round of those nationals, and now you're out here in the Formula 4s and having fun out here with all the boys and all the guys at BRM doing a good job getting the cars right. And yeah, it was a really good weekend.
Race 3 was a strange old affair out there. We had a pretty long safety car moments, and then of course in the middle of that we had some brief drizzle to wet the track and spice up some of the remaining laps of racing. I mean, for you guys as well, obviously relatively fresh at a go-kart, so some of the old techniques come into play?
Yeah, sort of driving on the slicks in the wet tyre wasn't really ideal, but yeah, I thought I saw the rain come down, I thought, I got to give it a crack now if we're going to have any shot at this. So we went for it, and luckily we came out really well in that last race, and all the other boys did a mega job as well, fighting it out, and yeah, it was just an awesome race.
You want to give the mic to Ron? Hey Ryan, P2 for the round, but importantly you got finally yourself that first race win in race 1, and Zagami's first race win on Saturday. I mean, it's a pretty emotional weekend for both yourself and Zagami Autosport.
Yeah, we're pretty excited for both of us to have a round win on the same weekend. It really shows that Zagami Motorsport's coming together as a team, and we're starting to get the pace. Yeah, it's really exciting.
I mean, you've sampled Phillip Island before in testing, but not in full racing Formula 4 conditions, which is a whole other matter in itself. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal for you to actually get a race win on debut. Has it sort of sunk in yet? And I guess it's pretty good news for yourself in not only the Person Auto Parts Rookie of the Year Championship, but perhaps even the overall championship battle too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have a good weekend here, because that can really boost our championship fight and definitely the Rookie of the Year fight. But no, it was a really great experience, first time in this track in the rain, and to be on slicks too was pretty crazy. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's all a big learning curve, and yeah.
What was going through your mind when you started to see the drops of rain on your visor? Was that a good thing or a bad thing for you? And I guess how did the car respond once we went back racing again?
Yeah, I was a bit worried. We had a full dry setup, and the car was really fast in the dry. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing to see the rain come down, but yeah, it's still good to have that experience and that learning in the rain, especially on slicks, because that's what this year is about. It's all about learning, and yeah, it's pretty exciting to. It's not often you get to drive Phillip Island on slicks in the rain, so yeah.
Cool. Pass the mic over to Cameron now. Cameron, this will be actually your third consecutive podium. Of course, you had one in round 2 at Sandown, obviously one at Barbagalla in the most previous round, and again P3 for this one. So consistent for your own championship points and aspirations too.
Yeah, certainly the first round was pretty disappointing at Sandown there, back a fair way, but yeah, from there on in I've been on the podium every round, which is really good, working my way back to the top of the championship leaderboard. I think I'm only 20 points off now, so it's a lot closer than what I was after round 1. Yeah, so looking forward now and keep on building up to the top.
Cool. It's been a pretty hectic weekend up and down the grid, including for yourself. I mean, that race 3 was pretty much on it. What were your thoughts once you also saw the rain come out on top? I mean, what goes through your mind? Do you think you could find a position, an extra couple of points here or there, or what was going through your mind?
Yeah, when it started raining, I was hoping it was going to rain a little heavier, to be honest. I was hoping it was going to bucket down, but yeah, before the race there, with the other BRM boys as well, we were certainly hoping it was going to rain. We're all driving very well in the wet after Sandown as well. We had some outstanding results, so yeah, it's quite happy when it started the sprinkle. I made up a few positions, but yeah, in the end, just got pimped by Ryan there over the line, so came out with 3rd in the end, but there was only 400s in it.
Well, nothing in it. I mean, you remarked on that perfectly. There's throughout the grid, in every team, in every driver, it's really close out there, and I think the racing that we saw indeed yesterday just shows how tight and competitive this championship is. I mean, are you even a little bit surprised yourself at how competitive all these guys are, or is it no surprise that you guys are all pretty young and quick.
Yeah, at this stage it's very close for the championship. It's not like a traditional category where you've got the same fellas running out the front and so on. So at this stage we've had just about everyone's won a race, and yeah, it's looking very close so far. And for the round, like that last race, it basically came down to that. Like Simon, he was in the dumps there, wasn't looking too good, and he came out and won it. So yeah, it's obviously very close, and it's going to be a very interesting season ahead.
Awesome. Yes.
Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.